Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to JC Sports Replays, where we continue our 1941 Ted Williams replay, where Ted will be chasing 400 in our first greatest seasons of all time Strat-O-Matic replay here on the channel. This is game number 2 of this particular project. As we finish the initial series with the Washington Senators, the Senators come into Fenway. The Red Sox won the first game, standard a record of 1-0. And the Senators obviously lost the first game. So we'll see how things go. Looks like we've got a good clear screen. Not too much angle on the setup. And a glass of wine to accompany our replay tonight. Hope you folks are having a nice evening. I had a nice dinner with my wife. Took about an hour to relax before I finally set up the game tonight and got ready to go. The replay is being scored in this lovely composite notebook, thanks to the interesting video Kurt Berglund posted about how he keeps track of his replays. I like the idea for this replay, being that it's a single team, single season replay. So we're here in Fenway Park on April 16th, 1941. It's an average day for a day game weather. Singles will be 11-11, and home runs will be 14 for lefties and 19 for righties. There's a crowd here in Fenway on this, I believe, Tuesday afternoon of just 5,200. The Senators come in and will set their lineup as follows. George Case will be playing left field and leading off. The center fielder, there's Case, if you're interested. Doc Kramer will be playing center and batting second. Batting third, Buddy Lewis, playing third. The shortstop, Cecil Travis, will bat cleanup. First baseman Mickey Vernon will bat fifth and play first, as I said. George Archie bats sixth and plays third. Jake Early, the catcher, batting seventh. Jimmy Bloodworth, batting eighth. And the pitcher today will be, Sid Hudson for the Senators. Hudson in 41, 13-14, a 3.46 ERA, and 33 starts. So that is who the Red Sox will have to deal with when they come to plate. But the Red Sox send out Charlie Wagner as their pitcher. A 12-8 record, a 3.08 ERA, and 25 starts. 175 hits and 187 innings, 85 walks to 51 strikeouts, and 14 homers allowed. And he will be an 8. Hudson will also be an 8, so both of them an 8. And without further ado, we'll get this game started. Here is Case. Oh, by the way, for those of you who are wondering, let's just take a look at Williams. He is leading off every game for the Red Sox. And in game 1, let me just give you a brief summary. I'm not going to adjust the camera. Williams was 0 for 2 with 2 walks and a run scored. The Red Sox did win that game. So we'll get things started. The right-hander Case against the right-hander Wagner. Get it going right away for you tonight. I would like to get a second game in of my 1986 replay, so we'll see how that goes. Case is going to ground this one to second. Bobby Doerr is there. He throws over to first, and Case is retired for the first out of the inning. It's Doc Kramer coming up, the left-hander. And waits for the pitch from Wagner. That's going to be a 2-7. Double 1-4, single 5-20. So Wagner flicks this one out toward right field. That could drop in. Finney's on the run. He cannot get there. It's going to bounce past him. He has to chase it down, and Kramer will be in with a 1-out double. So Kramer on second. He will not be held there, just a 6 steal rating. And that brings up Buddy Lewis, another left-hander. Wagner takes a look at Kramer. He's from the stretch to Lewis. All right, we're starting off with jumpers already. 6-11 against the left-hander. Fly ball to right field X. That's our first X chance. Finney is a 3E16. And that is a 5-13. So that is going to be a single 2. And I said E16 for Finney, right? 13 on the 16 is an E1, single to E1. Single and error, batter to second, runners advance 2 bases. So that will score a run. Single 2 means it's an RBI. Kramer scores. And Lewis advances on the E9. So Lewis to second, 1 out. The Senators now lead 1-0 with only 3 batters in the game. And here's Cecil Travis. Travis, another left-hander against Wagner, who, as you can see, has a little bit more trouble with lefties than he does righties.
Holy shit.
The pitch from Wagner, as Babe watches TV in the background.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right. That is a 6-6. Ground ball down to first. Jimmy Fox is there. He'll take it himself to retire Travis. Lewis on to third now with 2 outs. And that'll bring up Mickey Vernon. 2 down, Lewis at third, and here's Vernon. The pitch from Wagner. How about a 1-8 against the right-hander? Tapped back to Wagner. He fields it and tosses over to Fox to retire the side. But the Senators get 1 and lead 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the first. Leading off for the Red Sox, it'll be Williams. It'll be like that all season, folks. Followed by Fox and Cronin. If you didn't watch the first game, the reason Williams is leading off is I want him to get as many at-bats as possible, as many plate appearances as possible, to see what kind of numbers he can really put up. I'm also curious to see how top-loading the Red Sox lineup affects their overall performance. All right. For the opponents, by the way, we're not using as played lineups. We're using the suggested strat lineups along with the solitaire player rest chart. So the game is dictating the lineups, basically. Whereas I set the Red Sox lineup in rotation. It's going to be Sid Hudson against Williams. Williams waits in the box, looking for his first hit of the year, a 6-5 against the left-hander, a fly ball out to right. That will be fielded by, who's the right fielder? Is there a right fielder? Why do I have 2 third basemen? Oh, Lewis, that's right. Sorry. Lewis's primary position was third, but because we moved Archie over, he was a card with no, George Archie had a card with no team name on it, but the roster sheet suggests he plays third base for Washington. So Buddy Lewis will actually be playing right field. He's a right field 4, -2, E10. All right. And he will make the catch to retire Williams for the first out. Little glitch in our Strat-O-Matic matrix there, but we've resolved it, and it's Jimmy Fox coming up. Babe is watching some true crime show, and she's being grossed out by it. So Fox is ready. He waits for the pitch from Hudson. It's a 1-5, base on balls for Fox. So 1 on, 1 out. Jimmy's at 13. Let's look at their hold. It's a +3-0. So that'd be a +1. So Fox would have an okay chance of stealing here. The only thing I don't like about it is he gets caught on an 8 and a 10. So we're not going to do it with 1 out. Not with Cronin coming up, who's a very solid hitter. So Joe Cronin, the shortstop, to bat. That's a possible wild pitch. Hudson on a 1-3 will be a wild pitch. Nope. So we'll re-roll the 6-siders. And that'll be a 6-4 against the right-hander. Ground ball third base X this time. Archie's a 4E34. And that's going to be a 4-11. Single 2. And no errors. So a base hit for Archie. A base hit for Cronin. Gets past Archie. Fox over to third. Cronin to first with the single. And there's first and third with 1 out now for Dom DiMaggio, who's uncharacteristically batting cleanup, but it's a non-traditional lineup, folks. We're messing around here. It's mostly an on-base percentage order. So first and third, 1 down. DiMaggio ready. Hudson there. The infield's looking for a double play. They're playing a double play depth. The pitch, a 2-12 against the right-hander. Line drive to second base. And he will toss over to first to complete a line drive double play and get Cronin leading. That'll end the inning. Boston, no score, leaves one. And we head to the second with the Senators with a 1-0 lead. Wagner back on the mound. He'll face Archie, Early, and Bloodworth. Here's George Archie. How about a 5-3 against the right-hander? Grounded back to the pitcher, who's a 2-E8. How about a 10-13? That's a G2. G2 nothing, so Wagner fields, tosses to Fox, and Archie's retired for the first out. Hey, ID Jester, thanks for stopping by tonight. Appreciate that. Hope you're having a good evening. Welcome to our live broadcast of Ted Williams' Chase for 400, game number 2 here from Fenway Park. So far, Williams 0 for 3 on the season with 2 walks, including 0 for 1 in this game. Here's Bobby Dorr. Here's Jake Early with 1 out for the Senators in the top of the second. Wagner will deal. That's a 3-8 against the right-hander and a base hit up the middle for Early. Hope you're having a good night, Jester. And that'll bring up Jimmy Bloodworth with 1 on and 1 out. Wagner from the stretch, Early not being held. Not really a base-stealing threat. A 2-6. As a ground ball down to short, Cronin has it. He flips the door at first and on to Fox to complete the 6-4-3 inning-ending double play. So the Senators go down 3 up, 3 down non-traditionally with a double play ball. And the Red Sox will come up trailing by 1 in the bottom of the second. Sid Hudson back on the mound for Washington. He'll face Bobby Dorr, Lou Finney, and still trying to get to know some of these guys. Jim Tabor. I'm not a Red Sox fan, but that's okay. We're having fun with this one. I don't know the players from the 40s really well that weren't on the Yankees, very honestly. You like my setup? Thanks, man. I'm gonna give it a try. Thank you very much. Trying to keep it simple here and direct, you know. So here's Dorr. The Red Sox hope to get a big season out of him, batting in the 5th spot most of the year. This is a fly ball to right. It's going to be no problem for Lewis for the first out of the inning. Here's Finney. Lou batting left and playing right field. A 4-2 against the left-hander. This is lofted out to center. Kramer roams over. That's a can of corn and 2 away. So 2 quick outs for Hudson here. And here's Tabor. The third baseman bats right. He waits for the pitch. Hudson into the stretch. That is a 2-7. Strikes him out. First strikeout of the game for Hudson. The Sox 3 up, 3 down. No runs and still trail by 1. We'll head to the third. Yeah, I like the interaction too, Jester. I used to do some streaming on Twitch with video games about 5 years ago, and I missed it. So when I came back to Strat and wanted to do some of this YouTube stuff, I figured it'd be a lot of fun to live stream some of these projects. The only problem I'm having is figuring out what to play off stream, honestly. Sometimes I'm a little tired and just feel like hanging out and rolling some games, and I need a side project or something so that I can continue to enjoy. Although maybe I'll just play some PlayStation or something when I'm really in those moods, you know? It's tough to decide. It's a new rhythm for me, this streaming the last couple of weeks. Well, here's the pitcher, Hudson, leading off for Washington, top of the third. Washington up by a run, and Wagner into the windup. How about a 3-4? That's strikeout. Number 1 this time for Wagner. 1 down here in the third. You know nothing about 40s baseball. I know the stars, the Hall of Famer caliber players. I know more about like 47 because I played about a tenth of a season with that set when it came out. But beyond that, a lot of these names are alien to me. So here's Case. 1 down. He's 0 for 1. How about a 5-6? Grounded down to third. That's going to be, who the hell's the third baseman? Tabor. And he's over to Fox. 2 away. So 2 quick outs for Wagner here. He'll face the lefty Kramer, who's 1 for 1 with a double and a run scored, the only run of the game thus far. Washington would like to add to that total. And, of course, the Red Sox want to hold them right where they are. That's a 2-9. Kramer pulls one through the right side. That's a base hit. And he'll be on at first with a 2-out single. Well, now we've got a shot. He's a 16 steal success rating. Wagner's a -3. And Peacock is the catcher today. So that would be a -5. He'd only be a 1 to 11 to steal. He's not going anywhere, even with 2 outs. Actually, with 2 outs, he might try to get a lead. Yeah, what the hell? It's not exactly a lot of power behind him. He needs a 3, so we'll give it a shot. Nope, a 9, so he's going nowhere. And here's Lewis. Lewis, a single and an RBI so far today. How about a 4-7 against the left-hander? That's a base on balls. So now there's first and second with 2 outs. Wagner upset about that one. He thought he had that pitch, but the umpire did not agree. And now it's first and second with 2 outs for a dangerous hitter in Cecil Travis. How about playing some other baseball games? Yeah, that was the thought, man. I just have to decide what I want to do. Even streaming 1 or 2 games a day, like one during the week generally, and maybe 2 on Friday nights and Sundays, leaves me with not a lot of extra time. So, because it takes longer to stream them too. Not that I mind. I actually really enjoy calling the games and not just breezing through them. But of course, it's going to slow down project completion. So I'll find a balance, I'm sure. Keep messing around. I enjoy your channel as well, by the way. You do a lot of different stuff. Been trying to delve in a little bit to the wargaming myself. Not that I need more to do. So, and folks, if you're tuning in to me for some reason and you don't know ID Jester, please go over and check him out and give him a subscribe. I'm sure you will enjoy the content. I know I do. If anybody else is watching. First and second, here's Travis. And it's okay if you're not watching. I'm just having fun. The pitch from Wagner to Travis, that's a 1-2 against the right-hander, and another walk, back-to-back walks now. And we're going to have a bases-loaded situation with 2 outs for Charlie Wagner against another dangerous Senators hitter who will later be a Red Sox, Mickey Vernon. Vernon 0 for 1 so far today. You're the crossover gamer. You play sports, war games, and board games. Yeah, I do the 2 of the 3. I have never really played war games, but maybe it's my middle age now, but history and war games are starting to interest me. But I play role-playing games, so that's my third. I play Dungeons and Dragons, among other things. So bases loaded for Vernon. Wagner in a spot here. He needs to get out of trouble if the Red Sox are going to stay in this one. This could get out of hand quickly. So Wagner, from the set, takes a glance at Kramer at third. Kramer staying close. And from the stretch, here's the pitch. How about a 4-6 against the left-hander? That's a double 1, single 2 to 20. Going to be a base hit for Vernon as he pulls it to right center. It's going to be cut off. I said double 1, single 6 to 20? Right, where is it? Where? There it is. Double 1, single 2 to 20. So that's a base hit. 2 runs will score. It's going to be 2 RBIs for Vernon. Kramer and Lewis come around. Travis over to third. And it's now 3-0 Washington here in the third. Vernon will be on at first. And that brings up George Archie, the man with no team on his card, which is kind of weird because Strat-O-Matic very clearly instructs you to play him on Washington if you're not, doing all the trades and stuff, which we're not with this project. This is a stock team replay as well. So Archie settles in. He's 0 for 1 today. First and third, 2 outs. How about a 5-10 right-hander ground ball down to short? Cronin is there. And he'll go the short way to second to retire Vernon 6-4. The fielder's choice for Archie will end the inning. But the Sens get 2 more. They lead 3-0, and we'll head to the bottom of the third. Boston trying to get something going with... oops, hold on. We got a little out of order here. That's what I'm missing. Almost missed some batters there for Washington. Left them sitting on the stack by themselves. It's going to be the catcher Peacock making his first at-bat of the season, followed by Wagner, the pitcher, and then Williams. So here's Peacock. He bats left. How about a 6-8? And that's a single up the middle. Leadoff single for Peacock. And he's on. Let's see. Hudson's a +3. Early's -2. So the overhold's going to be a -1. That would make him a 12. Well, we're going to look for a bunt here. Corners will be in. He's got a big APBA order in tonight. New to do an unboxing. Nice, man. I've been thinking about ordering an APBA set. I think that's how I want to get my 2023 set. And might pick up something from the football game. I've never played APBA football or hockey. So thinking about picking those up in the near future. I do like the baseball game quite a lot, trying it last year for the first time. So Wagner going to try to lay down a bunt. He will be a bunting D with the corners in. And that's a 4-6. So let's see what that means. It's a first baseman, and that's going to be based on the defense. Defense has the option of throwing the runner out at first. We're trying to throw out the lead runner. The lead runner's running speed -4 plus defensive fielder's rating. Okay. So just for calculation's sake, Peacock a 1 to 9. That'd be a 1 to 5. They might have a good chance of getting him here. And he's only going to be safe on a 1 to 7 if they throw. Vernon's going to try to get Peacock at third. So Vernon fields the bunt, fires to third, and Peacock is nailed. So that's going to be scored 3-5. As Archie lays the tag on him, Wagner ends up on first with a fielder's choice. So the bunt falls apart. You like hockey, not a fan of football, you'd rather play second season. All right, I'll take that into account. I might watch some YouTube videos on both before I make a decision. I do like Strat football, although it's a little simple, and I don't like the way it flows for streaming. I don't mind playing it for myself, but so Wagner on first, and here's the star of our replay, Ted Williams. Williams 0 for 1 today, 0 for 3 so far on the season with a couple of walks. Here's Hudson. That's a possible pass ball. Early is a 6. So let's see if the ball gets away from him. It does not, so we'll re-roll the 6-siders. How about a 3-8 for Williams against the right-hander, and his third walk of the season. So Ted is going to be on first. Wagner moves down to second, so it's first and second with 1 out. And Jimmy Fox comes to the plate. He's walked his first time up, and he represents the tying run right now here in the bottom of the third. You can have an advanced chart to play Strat football with the advanced gameplay, which you can play solo. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I'll hit you up after the stream. That'd be cool. I use the ones in the rule book usually for play calling, and I usually break out like percentages to be able to assign things like sacks, interceptions, because I do a lot of basic play solo. But it'd be cool to see what some other options are. Thank you. So first and second for Fox. Hudson ready. The dog's getting some snacks. And that's going to be a 6-11 against Fox. Single one or a liner to short. So this one's hit hard, but right at Travis. He does have a play, makes the catch. Runners retreat quickly as Fox lines out for the second out. And that'll bring up Cronin. No slouch himself. He's 1 for 1 today. Red Sox could really like to get a hit out of Cronin and get on the board here. Hudson from the stretch. How about a 2-6 against the righty? That's going to be a base hit, a double clean to center field. No asterisks. So Wagner will score. That's a terrible diamond. I'm going to round that sucker out a little bit. Williams is around third. The single doubles to center. So Williams a 1 to 9. He wasn't being held. That's a 1 to 10. Plus 2 outs is a 1 to 12. And the center fielder, Kramer, is a -2 arm. So will they go here with DiMaggio coming up? No, they're going to hold him with the 1 to 10 chance. And it'll be Dom DiMaggio coming up with runners on second and third and 2 outs. So Hudson looks in. Williams very close to third. Not trying to get a lead. He just wants to see DiMaggio get a hit. And it's a 1-7. And it is a single to left field for DiMaggio. Both runs are going to score. And it's going to be a tie ball game. DiMaggio really going to benefit from having guys on in front of him. All three guys in front of him have a 400 or higher on base percentage, so a 2-run single for Dom DiMaggio. Brother Joe be darned. It's the Red Sox tying the game at 3 here in the third inning. DiMaggio is 16. He'd be a 15 if he gets a good lead. And what the heck, with 2 outs, we'll try to get him a good lead, a 4 or a 5. How about a 6? No good lead. DiMaggio held close to first by a throw from Hudson. Here's Bobby Doerr. 2 down, DiMaggio on first. Held closely. 4-8 against the righty. Triple 1, single 2 to 20. This one's tomahawked out in the left center gap. Will it be cut off? Yes, it is cut off, just barely. And Doerr's on with a single. DiMaggio around a third, but he'll hold there. So first and thirds, 3 straight hits for the Red Sox here in the bottom of the third. Do I play other baseball games? So, Jester, I had never played another baseball game until last year. And then I was out of work for almost 3 months due to a medical issue. I had a triple bypass, and I played some Strat, but, you get bored when you're playing it that much because I was literally all I was doing for entertainment once I was feeling well enough. I've never been partial to the computer games. I just feel like they turn into click fests. So I picked up APBA, started in 1954 replay, enjoyed it very much as a change of pace. And then for Christmas, I got both Payoff Pitch and Pursue the Pennant. And I've played a little bit with both of those. And I also picked up a 1979 Sports Illustrated baseball set that I have not broken open yet. So, but yeah, I branched out a little bit. I also played a little Pocket Pen and Run last year. Over the course of my computer gaming career, I've probably played just about every baseball game that's ever been released on console or PC. So I couldn't even tell you. I think the first one ever was whatever APBA called its computer game way back in the early 80s. And then did the Micro League, the Hardball, the Earl Weaver, Front Page Sports, all of those, Yeah, I like keeping it interesting. Strat is still my most nostalgic and first love, I suppose. It's the one I'm definitely most comfortable with. I want to try replay. I'm also seeing and hearing good things about Season Ticket, so I'm sure the collection will continue to grow. Do you play a bunch of different games from what I've seen? Or do you have a favorite? I don't know if any are particularly best. I guess it's just what appeals to you, right? It's first and third with 2 outs here for Lou Finney. DiMaggio on third, Doerr on first. DiMaggio the go-ahead run. Finney waits for the pitch from Hudson. That's a 5-10. Left-hander ground ball shortstop X. That'll be Travis. Is he responsible for holding anybody? Yeah, he's responsible for holding Doerr. So his range rating will go up 1. He's going to be a shortstop for E29. And a 13. 13 on a 4 is a G2. And a 9 on a 29 for the shortstop is nothing. So Travis scoops it, flips to the second baseman Bloodworth to retire Doerr for the third out of the inning. Finney technically reaches on a fielder's choice. DiMaggio is stranded. But the Red Sox pick up 3 in the third, and we now have a tie game as we head to the fourth. 3 runs apiece. It's going to be Early, Bloodworth, and Hudson, the bottom of the order for the Senators in the fourth. Payoff pitch, inside pitch, and APBA are sounding like a lot, but you have 22 different baseball sims. You play a lot of them. Oh, man. 22. I feel like I don't have time for the 3 or 4 that I have and want on the table. So, but I am enjoying trying the different games as I discover them, and finding out what I like and what I don't like. So, here's Early. It's a 6-7 against the left-hander. Lofted out towards center. Dom DiMaggio is over and makes the catch for the first out of the inning here in the fourth. Here's Bloodworth. Jimmy 0 for 1 today, grounded into a double play. That's going to be a 5-9 against the righty. Fly ball to right. Should be routine for Finney, and it is for the second out of the inning. We'll keep it moving here. It's going to be the pitcher, Hudson, coming up. 2 down. Here's the pitch to Hudson. It's a 3-7. Strikes him out. Second strikeout of the game, both of them against the pitcher for Wagner. So 1, 2, 3 for Washington. We'll head to the bottom half. And the Red Sox will send out their 7, 8, 9. It's going to be Tabor, Peacock, and Wagner. It's more fun if you're a little nuts, isn't it? So Tabor now struck out his first time up. Hudson is ready. That's going to be a 5-6 right-handed. Pops it up on the infield. It should be no problem for Bloodworth. He calls everybody off and makes the catch just behind second for the first out. Peacock's 1 for 1. He got that inning started the last time when the Red Sox scored 3. The pitch to Peacock from Hudson is a 4-8. Double 1 to 18, single 19 to 20. Hit out toward right center. They will cut it off. Nice play out there by the right fielder Lewis, and he'll hold Peacock to a single. But Peacock's 2 for 2 today. And we might see a bunt again. Get a runner in scoring position. Actually, no. Wagner is going to, unbelievably, try to... is he going to hit and run? He'd be a C with the corners in. Yeah, he's going to try to hit and run. Correct. He's not a 1 pitcher, so he's allowed. That is going to be on the hit and run chart. It's going to be a 9. That's going to be batter misses pitch. Uh-oh. So now we have to see if Peacock gets a good lead. He has a 6 chance. He needs a 6. He gets a 9. That's not it. So 6. And the hold is going to be -3. So on a 1 to 3, he'll be safe. Otherwise, he's a dead duck. And he's easily thrown out. So Peacock caught stealing on the busted hit and run. And now Wagner in there with 2 down and nobody on. The pitch from Hudson's 2-6. Strikes out Wagner. His second strikeout of the day. And nothing doing for the Red Sox in the 4th. They go 1, 2, 3 non-traditionally, thanks to the caught stealing. I keep picking up some of these guys for some reason. It's just the way my table is stacked. That time it was Lou Finney trying to sit out. I'll make sure I get them all when I pick up the stack. So Wagner returns to the mound for the 5th. He will face the top of the Senators' order. It's going to be Case, Kramer, and Lewis. Here's Case. He's grounded out twice. How about a 4-4 right-hander? Catch your card X, so it's going to be Peacock, a 3-E-4. How about a 3-7? That's going to be a WG. And nothing doing on the 7 on the E4. So can't be a wild pitch with nobody on, so it's going to be a ground out. Case chops one in front of the plate. Peacock is out, picks it up and fires to Fox to retire Case. 1 down. That brings up Kramer. Kramer 2 for 2. A single, a double, 2 runs scored. How about a 2-6? This one's hit well toward left field. Home run 1 to 2, fly out left to otherwise. Back goes Case. He looks like he'll have room, and he does. And he puts this one away to retire Kramer for the second out of the inning. So 2 up, 2 down here in the 5th for Washington, and it's Buddy Lewis. Lewis 1 for 1 today, walked and scored a run, also drove a run in. The pitch from Wagner is a 2-5. Single 1 to 19, grounder to first. This one's hit on the ground toward first base. Fox is ranging. It's by him. So Lewis has himself a 2-out base hit, his second of the day, and he's perfect in 3 plate appearances thus far. But he's a 15. That'd be a -5, so he's held closely. A courtesy toss from Wagner to make sure Lewis knows he's paying attention. That'll bring up Travis. Cecil is 0 for 1 with a base on balls today. Wagner from the stretch. It's a 3-11. And that's grounded down to first. Fox has this one. Wagner over covering. And that's the side. So 1 stranded. We'll head to the bottom of the fifth. The game's all tied at 3. The Red Sox will send up the top of the order. It's Williams, Fox, and Cronin. Ted Williams is 0 for 1 today, a run and a walk. Still looking for his first hit this season, but hey, we're only in game 2, folks. And here's the pitch from Hudson, a 3-3. And Williams draws another walk, his second of the day, his 4th on the season. He's got a leadoff walk for Boston as they try to get out in front here. That brings up the dangerous Jimmy Fox. Jimmy's 0 for 1 with a base on balls himself. Hudson from the stretch. Williams no threat to steal. It's a 6-3, grounded back to Hudson. A 2E38. Wow. It's going to be a 10-11. 10 on a 2 is a G2. And an 11 on a 38 is an E1. So Hudson grabs it, turns, fires too quickly. He throws it in the dirt. And Vernon can't scoop it. It gets away from him, and Fox is safe on the E1. A bad throw from Hudson there, and now it's first and second with nobody out. And up comes Joe Cronin. Cronin has 2 base hits and 2 tries today, a single and a double. He scored a run back in the 3rd inning. And he'd love to get a base hit here and put the Red Sox out in front. Hudson delivers. Possible wild pitch, 1-3 or nothing. No wild pitch, so we'll re-roll the 6s, folks. The pitch to Cronin, a 1-6. Single 1-4, line out to 3rd. This one's hit right at Archie, and it's caught! Archie snags that one out of the air in the webbing of his glove. He can't get it out quickly enough to head over and double off Williams. Williams back to second safely. That's the first out of the inning, and now Senators setting up for a double play. It's Dom DiMaggio coming to the plate. Dom's 1 for 2 and drove in a pair. There should be an RBI there, pardon me. Doop. And with 1 out, first and second, here's DiMaggio. Hudson from the stretch. It's a 3-5. And that's a base on balls to load the bases. So Hudson is showing some trouble with his control in this inning. Maybe rattled by his throwing error. He couldn't even target that one. So now it's Bobby Doerr coming up. It's bases loaded full of Red Sox. Williams, Fox, and DiMaggio respectively. Doerr's 1 for 2 with an RBI single last time up. I am located in Shrewsbury Township, New Jersey, by way of the Bronx, New York, where I grew up. And my favorite team is the Yankees. I grew up pretty much in the shadow of the Yankee Stadium, so there wasn't a lot of choice involved there, but I've been pretty happy with that fandom over the last 51 years. Here's Doerr. Bases loaded, 1 down. Senators looking for a double play. How about a 6? Oh, hold on, wild pitch first. No wild pitch, so we'll re-roll the 6s. And it's going to be a 2-7. That's trouble, folks. Triple 1-3, double 4-20. Doerr yanks this one into the gap. It will one-hop the wall into the glove of Case. He turns and fires it back in quickly. Is that a asterisks or no? Let me see. No asterisks. So let's see how this plays out. Williams scores easily. Fox is in. DiMaggio's around 3rd. He's got some speed. He's a 1-16. They would have been holding him, so he's a 1-15. It's not 2 outs. And that was to center field, I do believe. Yep. So he'd be a 1-13. He's being waved home with 1 out. And he's out! So Kramer uncorked one, and it was on line, and DiMaggio slid, but was tagged out at home. So Doerr ends up with a 2-run double. DiMaggio the second out of the inning. But the Red Sox now lead 5-3. And the bullpen's warm, or warming, I should say, and here's Lou Finney. Left-hander, he's 0 for 2 today. And we got a couple of jumpers there. It's a great dice tray, but it's a little bouncy. There's a 3-8. Single, base hit up the middle. That's going to score Doerr. He was off on the crack of the bat. And it's 6-3, and that might be all for Hudson. Well, no, they're gonna play the National League game here. Give that bullpen a little more time to warm up. Finney is a okay stealer. They're going to hold him at first with 2 outs. And here's Tabor. Tabor 0 for 2 today. Struck out and lined out to second. That die is caught, so we'll re-roll. It's a 6-7 against the right-hander. Strikes him out. And his third of the day. But 3 runs, 3 big runs in for Boston here in the 5th, and they allow lead 6-3. We head to the 6th. And the Senators will send up Vernon, Archie, and Early. Here's Mickey Vernon. Vernon is 1 for 2 today. He's going to try to get on base to get his team going here. It's a 6-5 against the left-handed Vernon. A fly ball out toward right. No problem for Finney, and there's 1 down quickly. Wagner feeling pretty good. He's got a lead now after he was trailing early. And here's George Archie. He's 0 for 2. Wagner from the windup. That's a 1-6. That's going to be a base hit, double 1 to 10, single 11 to 20, out toward left. And it'll get past the left fielder Williams. By the time he chases it down and gets it in, DiMaggio actually chases it down, throws it in. Archie's on at second with a 1-out double. So man on second, 1 down. Here's Early. Early 1 for 2. Wagner from the stretch. How about a 1-4? And that's a ballpark single. 1 to 11. And that's not an 11, folks. That's a line drive to Dorr at second for the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up Bloodworth. Bloodworth 0 for 2. Flew out and grounded into a double play. And here's the pitch from Wagner. How about a 2-3? Grounded down to first. Fox is there. He flips to Wagner covering. And the Sens are gone here in the 6th. They leave 1, but trail by 3. And next time up, the pitcher is due, so looks like they're going to give Hudson 1 more inning unless he really gets shellacked. He'll come out for the 6th. He's going to have to deal with Peacock, who's 2 for 2 against him, followed by Wagner and Williams. So here's the aforementioned catcher, Johnny Peacock, 2 base hits today. And that's ultimately, after everything's done rolling, a 5-4. Grounded a third, X-chance for Archie, a 4E34. How about a 15-12? That's a G2. And an E1. So Archie grabs it, drops it, making the transfer, and by the time he gets it out of his glove, Peacock is on. So Peacock reaches for the 3rd time today, this time on an error. 2 for 3 efficiently, and Wagner is due up. Corners in again for Wagner, and he'll be a debunter in this case. Going to try to lay it down and advance the runner. Textbook play here. Hudson the delivery, a 4-12. That's not going to be good. That looks like it's going to be a double play. Pops this one up right to the charging first baseman Vernon, who turns and fires to who's covering second? Who's covering first? Bloodworth at first. So that's going to be a 3-4 double play. So terrible bunt for the 2nd time today by Wagner. And there's 2 quick outs now for the Red Sox. Williams due up. Ted has 0 for 1 officially. He's walked twice and scored twice. The pitch from Hudson is a 6-4. Grounded down to third. 4E34 again for Archie. How about a 4? This could be by him. 4-4. That's a single. Williams' first base hit of the year. And a 4 on a 34, nothing. So Ted's got his first base hit. I think he's 1 for 4 officially now, with 4 walks and 8 tries. A 2-out single for Williams. They'll hold him on as a courtesy. He will steal an occasional base if they're not paying attention. But for the most part, he's going to let Jimmy Fox do his job. Fox 0 for 2 today. Scored a run and drew a walk. Williams on first with 2 down. Hudson delivers a 3-5. Strikes out. Fox is fourth of the day to end the inning, and that's also going to be it for Hudson today. So Fox is done. Sox coming up, or pardon me, Senators coming up, and Sid Hudson will end his day after 6. We're going to see a pinch hitter for him. So Wagner on the mound. Hudson is relieved of his duties. 6 innings, 6 runs given up. Let's see who they'll bring up to pinch hit against Wagner. Let's see, Evans is the backup catcher. Usually not going to use him. Meyer can get on base a bit against righties. Pardon me, yawning a little bit as it's late Friday night here for me. Hilly Lane, only 50 at bats though, so it's going to be first choice Buddy Meyer. Meyer will pinch hit to lead things off here. And Wagner from the windup. Where am I? Am I in the right place? Oh, I didn't score the Sox. That's why I'm confused. So nothing doing there. We go to the 7th. Wagner to pitch to Meyer. The windup. How about a 3-10 against the right-hander? Grounded down to first. Fox will take it himself and retire the pinch hitter, Meyer. So Buddy's out. Here's George Case. Case 0 for 3 so far today. 3 ground balls on the infield. If they were on the outfield, he'd probably have a hit. Pops this one up on the infield. It's going to be Dorr with plenty of time by the pitcher's mound, a little rear of it. And there's 2 down here for the Senators in the 7th. And here's Kramer. 2 for 3, 2 runs scored. Wagner from the windup. That's a 6-8 against the left-hander. And a line drive, but right at Dorr. So Dorr, a busy inning. 2 out of 3 outs go his way. And the Senators go down. 1, 2, 3. And it looks like we're going to have a new pitcher for Washington. We knew that was coming. Let's see who it'll be. With Cronin, DiMaggio, and Dorr coming up. A couple of righties there. And trailing by 3. Which means it's still a relatively close game. They're going to go with Carrasco. So Alex Carrasco will come in. Carrasco. I'm not quite sure how you say his name. He is a hitting 1 to be expected of most relievers. So we'll put the pitcher sitting 1 card in order. We'll relieve Buddy Meyer of his duties. And he is a 2E0 with a 4 fatigue, so he can go the rest of the way if they need him to. They hope to get some base runners and make it a more interesting game. So Carrasco will come in. He will face Cronin, DiMaggio, and Dorr. Nice 12 on the bunt, exactly. Wagner, not a good day at the plate. But he's got a 3-run lead on the mound, and that's what he really cares about. So Carrasco, the right-hander, will face Cronin. Cronin is 2 for 3 on the day. Here's the pitch from Carrasco. A 2-7. That's going to be a base hit. Double 1 to 4, single 5 to 20. Out toward left center. It is cut off out there by Kramer. He wings it in, but Cronin has the leadoff single, his 3rd hit of the day. So Cronin's on. The hold is decent for Carrasco. They'll hold him close. And here's DiMaggio. DiMaggio 1 for 2. Drove in a couple and walked his last time up. He's got a runner. I think I saved it. That's a 1-8. Rounded down to short. Travis is there. He flips to Bloodworth to retire Cronin. No throw to first as DiMaggio legs out a fielder's choice. For DiMaggio, let's see what the hold would really be. -2. Early's a -2. -4. So it'd be -6. That's a pretty good hold. DiMaggio's not going to go anywhere. They have a 3-run lead. There is 1 out and 1 on for Bobby Doerr. Doerr 2 for 3. He's driven in 3. Expect him to get a lot of RBIs the way this lineup is constructed. A 1-3. Grounded down to first. It's busy down there today. Vernon is there. Fields it and flips to Carrasquel. No play at second. So there's 2 outs, and DiMaggio has advanced to second base for Lou Finney. Lou is 1 for 3 today. He also hopes to be a beneficiary of the high OBPs at the top of this order. Carrasquel from the stretch. About a 1-4. Ballpark single. That's going to be 1-11 from either side today, and that's a base hit. That's through the right side. And DiMaggio will come around and score. That's going to make it a 7-3 game. Finney with the RBI. They'll hold Finney on with 2 down. And here's Jim Tabor. Tabor struck out twice and lined out to second, 0 for 3. Alex with the pitch. A possible wild pitch, only on a 1. No wild pitch. So we re-roll the Sixers, and it's a 1-9. Fly ball to right field. Medium deep. Lewis is there and makes the play to retire the side. But the Red Sox add 1 more in the 7th, and they now lead 7-3. And we head for the 8th. Wagner comes out. This will be his first BOW inning, and he'll face 3-4-5, Lewis, Travis, and Vernon. Here's Lewis, perfect on the day, 2 hits and a walk. Scored a run and drove in a run. Buddy waits. Charlie deals. It's a 3-9. Grounded to second. Doerr makes the play over to Fox. And Lewis is retired for the first time today. So 1 down, and here is Travis. Cecil's hit it toward first hard 2 times. Once was fielded in the air, the other on the ground. His other time up, he drew a base on balls. Wagner's issued a couple of those today. 1 out. Travis waits. It's a 5-8. Grounder second X. Doerr is a 1E24. Good range. And capable error rating. That 1's not going to be good news. Well, it's a G3, actually, because he's a 1. And an 11 on a 24 for the second baseman is an E1. So Doerr scoops it, fires, it's in the dirt, and Fox digs it out, but his foot comes off the bag. That's going to be an E4. And Travis is on. So Cecil's on base. That'll bring up Vernon. Vernon 1 for 3 today. A couple of runs driven in. The bullpen. Staying warm out there for Boston. And here's Wagner. Pitching to Vernon, 1-8. Chop back to Wagner. He turns and fires to second to get Travis, and on to first. A double play, 1-6-3, inning-ending double play. 3 up, 3 down, non-traditional way for the Senators here in the 8th, and they're running out of chances, folks. They'll have to get it going in the 9th if they're going to do anything here, and not fall to 0-2 on their season. Not that it matters, because we're only playing the Red Sox through this one. But in any case, Boston with a 4-run lead, and Peacock, Wagner, and Williams coming up against Carrasquel in the 8th. Peacock reached base all 3 times, twice on singles, once on an error. Waits for the pitch from Alex. Alex Carrasquel delivers from the windup. It's a 2-4. A line drive, but right at Travis. He takes a step to his left and hauls it in to retire Peacock. 1 down. Here's Wagner. Wagner showing no signs of fatigue. In fact, other than the error, he's retired his last 8 in a row. So Wagner gets the swing away here. That's good because he's been terrible at bunting today. Hey, Jimmy Jam. Good evening. How you doing? I have crazy errors so far today. A lot of them found the wrong numbers. Yeah. So we had Danny Tartable's been testing us over in 1986 at second base with a 4E53, and he has yet to commit an error in their first 2 games. But over here, some guys with some pretty good fielding have some committed errors today. So Here's Wagner. He's 0 for 3, scored a run. 2 muffed bunts today. Have not helped the Red Sox offensive efforts, but still they have a 4-run lead. And here's a 6-10 against the right-handed batting Wagner. Fly ball out towards center, makes good contact, and drives it toward Kramer. Kramer a 2E6, speaking of error ratings. Let's see how that one turns out. It's going to be an 18-8. If I can pick up this super advanced fielding chart. 18 on the 2s and F3, and an 8 on the 6, did I say? Yep, Kramer's a 6. Kramer makes the play to retire Wagner. And there's 2 down in the 8th for Boston, and here's Williams. Williams got his first hit of the season his last time up. He's batting .250, 1 for 4. He has walked 4 times and scored 4 runs in the first 2 games of the year thus far. Ted waits with 2 outs for the pitch from Carrasquel, and we've got a couple of jumpers there. Those dice don't want to go anywhere near Williams' bat, but eventually they do, and Williams lays off for another walk. So on base 4 out of 5 trips today, 1 base hit in 2 tries, a 2-out walk to Ted, and it's Jimmy Fox. Fox 0 for 3 with a walk today. He did score a run. The pitch from Alex Carrasquel. These dice are jumpy. Wow, 6-12. No errors on our replay, folks. I mean, sorry, no injuries, I should say. So we'll be ignoring any injuries, just for simplicity's sake. Doesn't suit the type of project we're doing. Left field X. Pardon me. The week's catching up on me. Left field 1E10 for Case. And that's a 4-12. It's going to be an F2. And an F2 nothing. So Case makes the catch. And the side is retired. 1 stranded. The Red Sox don't score in the 8th, but it's 7-3 as we head to the 9th. And they're going to bring out Wagner to try to finish what he started. Charlie's pitching well in the second half of this game. He definitely calmed down. His control has gotten under control, if you'll mind the euphemism. And he will face Archie, Early, and Bloodworth. Maybe not Bloodworth. We'll see how things play out. But anyway, here's Archie. He's 1 for 3. Another jumper. Get in there. 4-7. Against the right-hander. That's a single 1 to 19 or a line out to third. Line toward Archie. Line toward the third baseman Tabor. It might be past him, and it is. A base hit to lead things off here in the 9th for the Senators. Archie on first with nobody out, and here's Jake Early. We're doing a Ted Williams full season replay. We're only playing the Red Sox games, and the caveat here, Jimmy, is that we're going to allow Williams to lead off the entire season. So we're not doing as played or anything. We've stacked the lineup, so to speak. Williams bats first with Fox and Cronin behind him. Dom DiMaggio 4th. Bobby Doerr 5th. Lou Finney 6th. Jim Tabor 7th. The catchers, either Peacock or... Who's the other catcher for Boston? Either Peacock or Pitlack will bat 8th. And our pitchers will bat 9th. So Williams is going to get a lot of extra plate appearances batting leadoff. We want to see just what kind of season he can turn in here in 41. With 750 or so plate appearances, probably. So right now we're top of the 9th. Archie's on at first for the Senators. They trail by 4, and here's Jake Early. That's going to count. That didn't go out. That's a 1-6 on the top of the wall. Against the right-hander. Ground ball down to short. Pardon me. Cronin is there. He picks it. Flips to Doerr at first, who rifles it to first for the 6-4-3 double play. So quickly 2 down now, and Jimmy Bloodworth due up. We might see a pinch hitter for Jimmy. He does okay against righties, and if I remember correctly, they don't have... Well, I do have a lefty out here. It's going to be Hilly Lane coming into pinch hit for Bloodworth. So Bloodworth's day is done. The only thing I don't like about doing it in the composition notebook is it just feels a little restrictive space-wise, but that's all right. we're working it out, and frankly, probably not going to be doing an awful lot of player moves. We let these pitchers go deep for the most part and go from there. So here's Hilly Lane, 2 outs. Senators trail by 4, and they're down to their final out. Lane, the left-hander, against Wagner, the right-hander. Wagner looks in for the sign. He likes what Peacock puts down. He's coming right after Lane, folks. 5-6 against the left-hander. Grounded to Door at second. He takes his time and flips it underhand to Fox for the 4-3 and the final out of the game and the inning, or the inning and the game, respectively. And that's going to be it here from Fenway. It's a 7-3 victory for Boston. Your Ted Williams walk, he was 1 for 2 with his first base hit on the season. He also drew 3 more walks to bring his season total to 5, and he scored 2 runs, brings his season total to 4. The winning pitcher is going to be Wagner, who goes the distance, and the loser, Sid Hudson. The MVP of our game is going to be Bobby Doerr. He went 2 for 3. A double, scored a run, and drove in 3. So Doerr gets the MVP. And that's where we stand from Boston. Pretty simple stat block we're going to do. And that's it for Game 2 of our 1941 Ted Williams Boston Red Sox Chasing 400 replay. The Red Sox 7, the Senators 3. The Red Sox sweep the opening 2-game series against Washington. If you're wondering, they'll go on the road now, and they will face 2 games in Philadelphia. They're going to go to face the Philadelphia Athletics in Philadelphia on the 18th and 19th. It's a little bit of a long road trip here. Then they're going to have 3 games in Washington, 2 games in New York. So a 7-game road trip coming up for the Red Sox, with the Yankees crammed right in the middle there with a 3-game series. Thanks, Chester. That was a good game. I enjoyed it. My name is Joe, guys. This has been JC Sports Replays presenting 1941 baseball Strat-O-Matic style for you. Thanks for tuning in and hanging out with me. I'm going to take a little refresher here, decide if I want to play another one tonight or if rest is the better part of valor and we can get some good games in tomorrow afternoon. So I may be back. I might record one. Who knows? Whatever you do with the rest of your night, have a good one. Happy Friday. I'll see you next time. Once I get up and turn off my phone so the stream ends. Thanks for hanging out, guys.